Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. This one is going to be for our Amazing Universe fans. And as much as I love talking about Amazing Universe, I'm sure not every fan is going to be like, what's this about? This is for more of our role-playing stuff, so come check it out. Let me start off first by saying hello, I am Lewis Porter Jr. And today we are going to talk about the Amazing Universe's Kickstarter, focusing on the Black Box Super Prison. So I've wanted to do a Kickstarter for a while. I've kind of said I wasn't going to do any, and then I changed my mind. And then I came back to, well, maybe we could do a Kickstarter, but it'd have to be something interesting that I found worthy of doing. So I thought about, hey, how about the Super Prison we're going to do, because we're going to do it anyway. So how about do it maybe as a Kickstarter? And initially, when I started out with this, it was kind of like, I don't know, and maybe, and then I got to a point where I was just like, you know what, let's do this. I really think this is a good idea. I really like the idea of doing this. I think that people would enjoy what we're planning. And I think if we do it right, it could be amazing. But to do it really well, we needed to start with something simple and grow from there. And really what I thought was the best way to make it simple was kind of just starting with like, okay, let's do some villains. Because I mean, if we're really going to do this Kickstarter, we got to start with the villains. The villains are where the awesome starts, and it only gets better from there. So I decided, let's start with 12 inmates that are already, they're already in the jail. They're super bad guys, but they're in the jail, or they regularly spend a lot of time there. And I thought that'd be cool. So let's start with 12. And I thought 12 superpowered villains would make a lot of sense. Maybe PLs 9 through 14. That gives you a great, I'd say a broad swath of people to look at to go, yeah, I can face that guy, or no, I don't want to face that guy. So it kind of gave it that. So the ones we came up with, I'm just going to tell you their names. I'm not going to tell you really what their powers are. If you are a member of Patreon, and actually you don't even have to be a member of Patreon. You can come see this for free. But we talk about each of these characters. We'll be talking about them for the next probably 6 weeks. So you can see these characters, you can see where we get inspired from. We put the first one up, Breakout, and that is an old throwback for a lot of different ways, and I explained to it in the post. So if you don't know, there'll be a link, of course, at the bottom. Go check it out. So the people we're doing Crack, which is another character I created for another game that worked out pretty well. The Arachnid, Breakout, which is a character I just talked about, which is from another game. When I say another game, I mean Marvel Superheroes role-playing game, so don't be surprised. Dynamite, Hellgoblin, Lodestone, Mayhem, Ratling, Scarab, Slick, Soldier, which might be changing his name, but Soldier, and Soundwave. Yes, I've always loved the name Soundwave, so don't think the other one, it's not that, it's something else. So we've got that, plus we're going to be doing, so far we have only one group also called Demolition, and we talk about that more if you check out our post on Patreon. We really go into really deep of what we're looking to do and how we're looking to do it, so you guys can get a nice overview. Plus we break down how much money we're going to need. So I thought for this Kickstarter that realistically we could start with $2,000. That could easily get us the 12 main characters and start there. But of course, we want to add more inmates. So we put in goals, roughly about $750 per goal. And the first two, remember, this is 100% solid. This is what we're doing right now, today. It may change tomorrow. We might need to add more, add less, but you understand where we're going. We were going to do some threshold goals, going about $750 per each one. Just made it kind of simple. And the first two, we're going to add 6 more inmates, and then 6 more inmates on top of that. So that brings the total number to 24. We're going to do another one. We're going to add more additional artwork because we're going to need more artwork. I mean, let's be honest. What we're doing, we're going to need a lot of artwork just from the characters alone, but talking about the prison and the shots like that. And then we're going to do a write-up for another $750 for the write-up of these actual staff members there. And we have the Warden, Grayson Matthews, Program Administrator, Marcy Shaw, Chief Corrections Officer, Hayden Blythewood, and the Gatekeepers, which are I'd say the low-level corrections officers. They have power armor. Think the Vault back in Marvel's old days. All the guardsmen had the power armor. Same thing. Then we have enforcers, which are larger, usually bigger, bulkier power suits. And then we have centurions, which are their large robot enforcers. And I guess I'd say like the gatekeepers are like a PL9, the enforcers are like PL11, but the centurions are part like PL13, PL14. And you know, it's depending on what you need, you pull out what you need to put the prisoners back if they get a little rowdy, and you go like that. So that's the purpose for that. Another goal that we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at superpowered teams, because I thought, hey, if we're going to be doing this, we got to do some superpowered teams. But I also thought about some themes that are very, very common in superheroes as teams that we should be doing. So one of the things we're going to do is a construction-based theme. I mean, the Wrecking Crew is a prime example. They have, you know, the Constructicons also. You know, it seems like construction is a big thing. So there's that. There's an anti-hero team, Thunderbolts / Suicide Squad. Think of it that way. You know, they've done very well. People seem to like that idea. I like that idea myself. We also have a mirror universe version of characters. Squadron Supreme, Crime Syndicate from DC's. So you know where we're going. Also, space theme, Black Order and Sinestro Corps. Easiest ones to think about that. You know, very simple. And moving up, we also want to possibly do a villains deck, which will have the picture of the villain on one side and some of their information, so you can use them as cards. That's going to probably be for all backers at a certain level and up. I want to do a family-themed superhero team. Fantastic Four is always the first ones that come to mind, but another one that came to mind that's very, very minor but still always loved was the Nuclear Family from DC Comics. They were in Batman the Outsiders. Actually, not even Batman the Outsiders. It was just the Adventures of the Outsiders they appeared in. Was Batman part of the team then? I think he already left by then, but you see where we're going. And even on top of all that, I want to do an actual virtual tabletop map of the actual prison, of course. And if everything works out, the max money from all those things would be about $11,000. But we are trying to reach our initial goal of $2,000. So I think we can get $2,000, no problem. We have enough fan base for that. But I really want to work this and build this and make this stronger and really do it right. You know, I really want to do this right. I think this is a cool Kickstarter. I think, you know, honestly, I want to have a lot of the stuff done before we even announce it to like, hey, we're starting a Kickstarter. I mean, in characters and art and stuff like that, so people don't have to wait for it. I'd love to be able to, okay, we did the Kickstarter, and then 2 months later, here's the product. It's that kind of situation. Like, wow, that was quick. Like, yeah, we knew we were going to do it. We said we were going to do it. We planned to do it, and here you go. Boom. And that's kind of what I want to do. I don't want people to wait a long time for it. And the best way to describe it, it's not even a Kickstarter, it's a kick finisher. So that's what I'm looking to do. So this is something we're hoping to do very, very soon. Just keep watching our videos, keep enjoying them. The more you enjoy them, we enjoy them. Thank you so much for your interest. I always appreciate it. We just want to make the best Kickstarter possible and just do an incredible job. That's it. So thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you all later. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If you could do us a super huge favor and click on that like button for this video, or even better, subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. As always, thanks for your support.